Today we're taking to the skies above the incredible nation of Namibia in a Cessna 208 Caravan, or the van as some call it here, and we're doing several segments all around the country. What a way to see Namibia on our first day here. So join us for a great day of aviating around Namibia, and maybe you'll get inspired to plan your own trip here. I know I'm already wondering when I can go back. Welcome to Namibia. We're at Eros Airport in Windhoek. This is the closer in the city airport where a lot of the FlyNamibia operations go from. Today I'm joining up with an epic round trip multi-destination back here at the end of the day with FlyNamibia Safaris on the Grand Caravan. It's going to be about 5 hours total flying time to various destinations, a 7-hour day. I'm thinking I might be one of few people in the world who are not a pilot who have spent this much time flying in a caravan in one day. I think I might hold a record for that for civilians, for non-pilots. So let's see. Should be cool. We'll see a lot of the country. Headed down south to start, and looking forward to getting the sights of Namibia, which I only just arrived in last night. So let's do it. Those Westair companies form an integral part of Namibian aviation, serving so many sectors from offshore helicopters to scheduled jet service and more. And of course there's this safari shuttle service too. We're starting with that, but over the next few weeks I'll be bringing you plenty more looking at other aspects of what they do. So don't forget to like and leave a comment so YouTube suggests the rest of those videos to you later on as well.
Hello everybody, I'm Kayla. I'm the captain for today. Assisting me on the flight today will be Louis. It's a flight to Keerweerder. It's going to be about an hour long. We'll have beautiful views of the Cessna Canyon on the left and the right as we approach Keerweerder, and then you'll see we'll get into the desert, and then it's nice and flat and sand.
All right, nice. Back on board a Grand Caravan in Africa. Or is it just a caravan? I'm not sure. Anyway, exciting.
Fantastic, guys. Sit back, relax, enjoy. Throughout the flight, if you have any questions, feel free to give us a shout. Yep. If you see anything that we should know about, also give us a shout. And then we'll talk to you guys when we're on the descent. Bye.
flown some caravans to some places, but nowhere quite like this. I don't know if this wind protector that I have is gonna make a difference against this wind. You can feel that wind coming in. And what a place. It's so wide open and reddish brown and barren and beautiful. The real Namibian desert. Much of it looks desert-like around Windhoek as well, but this is the real desert. And it's hot and dry. Amazing. So, first of 5 legs down. We'll see if you end up being able to hear me. If not, it'll be nice B-roll. Quite cool views coming in, but it got really good toward the end. I wonder if I put it here, if it's a bit better. Really amazing views coming in here the whole way, but it got really special toward the end here as we approached that red desert in the distance and then landed here in this amazing, hot, dry, like I need some water right away, windy. You could feel it coming in. Tricky landing it looked like. Yeah, what an amazing place to end up. It's only a shame that, as is so often the case, I can't stay a while here. I don't even know what the lodges and other things these people are going to are like. They must be amazing. And what you have there, I would love to see them. All of these trips, I consider them kind of like reconnaissance trips. So I know where to come back to. This is definitely one of them. But we must continue and shoot more flying. Lots more flying to come. Should be a nice bumpy takeoff out of here. What do you prefer? Tell me in the comments. Do you like a bumpy takeoff or a bumpy landing? If you have to choose. Most people don't like bumps. I don't even love them. I'm okay with them, but personally, bumpy takeoff is better. Bumpy landing requires a little more precision, right? So you feel a little bit like, oh, are we gonna get there? Are we gonna have to go around? On takeoff, you just rock and roll up into the sky and get out of it. All right, enough for now.
Avionics is off, battery on, nav light and beacon are on. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, cool, let's go. Light up, altitude rising, energy rising, oil pressure, temperatures rising. Okay, auxiliary boost not normal outside, please see system sharing.
Any traffic inbound, Keerweerder?
Correct, fast stops.
Cool.
Pop forward, high idle. Okay, all is good.
Okay, when you're ready.
Okay, let's go.
Yep.
Okay, this is going to be a rolling takeoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. TCPs look good, and power settings within limits.
Yeah. I did check on the ground, it was an 1865 again with the temperature at 3,200.
Yeah. So much nicer. Here you go. Landing in
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Basically, yes.
Yeah, you got the golf course in sight?
Yeah, right in front of us.
Cool. What's the plan?
I like this around the golf course.
Yeah.
Let's set ourselves up on a final for 2-4. Probably go overhead, have a look at the windsock, and then
Okay.
turn onto the circuit.
What we can do is we can route for that hangar there on the left, the road.
Yeah.
Basically fly over the road, and then you just pass on the back of Rosmund.
Yeah.
So you
basically a left downward 2-4.
Yeah.
And then you get close enough at that point to see the windsock. And that
Okay.
means then you just flare a little bit of a wide base, come back for runway
so a
24.
little bit of a hammerhead of a base.
Basically,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, that works.
Yeah, then you can at least get the wind and also if there's other aircraft on the ground.
Okay, cool.
And beta, flaps 20. There we go. Okay, nice and easy. Okay, don't worry if you don't make it, we can just use the intersection over there.
Yeah, I have to. I don't want to high-speed taxi.
That's fine.
Welcome to Swakopmund.
It's Sue.
Bye-bye.
Nice and cool here.
Yeah, it's nice. It's always nice and cool. It's kind of always like when we come here, it's like a blessing for the day.
Yeah.
And it just gives us a moment to cool down,
Right.
settle into the day, and then off we go back into the hotness of Etosha.
All right.
So pretty much 15 degrees on the ground now. We land at the next spot is going to be 35.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah, not ideal.
Usually coming here for just refuel, like you're not.
No, it's not. If we have packs, we'll come and bring them there. Yeah, yeah, but it's just a nice, convenient fuel stop, and fuel's cheap because it gets shipped into Walvis Bay, and then it gets distributed throughout the country, which means
Okay.
that when we get fuel, this is the closest spot.
All right.
Yeah.
Walvis Bay is just to the south. or what?
Yeah, we just flew past it. It was a bit hazy on the coast, so you couldn't really see it. But we just flew past Walvis Bay and Walvis Bay Airport, and then Swakopmund is pretty much just this town over here. And it's beautiful. You can fly scenics down the coast, do a little 500-foot scenic all the way down Walvis Bay, Sandwich Harbour, Edward Boland, shipwrecks, and all that.
Cool.
Beautiful, yeah. Flamingos are, but geez, there's probably 1 billion flamingos down that side.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, Swakopmund on the coast, a totally different scene and setting. Beautiful as well. Cooler here, nice breeze, and beautiful kind of relaxing flight in over the desert. Things didn't change a huge amount on the way, but where we left to where we are now is quite different. And I believe the next leg up to Ongava is longer, about an hour and a half. This was again about an hour. So really putting in the miles around Namibia today. Shame I can't head over to the coast and see what that's like. I started at the right time. I think that's enough talking for Swakopmund.
I mean, the last month I've just been solidly flying the van, and the experience on the Caravan's a lot different from what I'm used to.
Yeah.
Because I normally fly the 406 and that's nighttime freight operations, and the Caravan's definitely exposed me to a different side of aviation.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
more of our charter vibes.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
the Caravan does the bush operation, the camps, the charters, the safaris, and internally in Namibia, where the 406 runs to Katima, freight in the evenings, and it does some charters up to Rundu, and then some people would
Prefer the
ask for
multi-engine,
multi-engine
yeah.
aircraft, and then they'll do what we did today, but with a 406.
Yeah, yeah.
I see.
But flying wise, Namibia is amazing, and I spent 5 years in Botswana, in the Okavango, and I
Yeah.
did some caravan bush flying there, and that's just ops. We did like sometimes the flight would be 5 minutes because you take off and then you just over a river and you land, whereas by car it would have taken 3 days
Wow.
to get to that side of the river. So there's some cool things that I've seen there. So both sides of the spectrum of water everywhere and animals galore. And then coming to Namibia, seeing the landscape like you said this morning.
Landscape changes so fast. Like you go from Fish River Canyon in the south, and then in the north you've got the river where you can the Kunene River.
Kunene River,
The
yeah.
Kunene River, and it's abundant with wildlife, and you can see into Angola. The landscape in Namibia it's like this. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
You'll see quite a change now as we come from pretty much desert, and then we'll fly and the landscape will change, it'll become more mountainous, and then all of a sudden you'll see the Etosha pan on the left hand side of the aircraft. And then just animals, that's where most of the rain falls. So when it's rainy season, which is coming now, it'll be lush, like it'll be really nice. But now it's pretty barren and dead.
Got
We
it.
just came out of 7 months of no rain, so
Right.
yeah.
Huh.
So we're all wishing for rain.
Right.
Yeah, but flying experience-wise, it's an amazing place to fly. It's beautiful. Yeah.
I'll bet. Are you from here?
No, Cape Town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Cape
Both of us are
Yeah.
foreigners.
Yeah.
I'm from Joburg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Johannesburg, Cape Town.
Well, I mean, like the one guy that we live with, he came to fly here because he was flying in Australia, and he's like, the flying here, it changes so quickly, and you can't experience what flying in Namibia is like anywhere else in the
It's a
world.
fast-paced operation.
Yeah, you go from desert to bush to ocean within a matter of an hour. So
Yeah.
he said he needed to experience something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people come after their flying career and come to Namibia because Namibia is still one of the only countries that operates like 210s and pistons like the one we saw earlier.
Yeah.
And those guys can get in on 250 hours. You can get a job and you can start your aviation career, you know.
Yeah.
And by the time you get to 800 or 1,000 hours, you'll upgrade to something like this, or you'll move on to another company that's got caravans and willing to hire you. And from there, it's kind of, that's the stepping stones that you take.
Yeah.
And working here, it's good experience for the CV. Bush piloting is something different. It's last minute changes. It's runways with animals on them. It's go arounds the whole time. It's hands-on flying. We don't
Yeah.
really fly with autopilot, so we just fly the plane. So we do the clockwise circuit. I don't know if Marco told you about that. So we're going to be implementing it now soon from October, I think.
October, yeah, 7 days a week.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it'll be 7 days a week. We're going to be running a clockwise circuit. So we'll start in Windhoek and then you'll go down to Sossusvlei, Swakopmund, Damaraland, which is like Doronawas and what's the other camps there,
Twyfelfontein,
Twyfelfontein, and all those places, and then up to Ongava, which is in Etosha area, with all the wildlife and rhinos and pretty much the big five, like you said, without the
Yeah,
buffaloes.
without the buffaloes. We have no buffaloes.
Buffaloes
Ah,
don't
who
do
needs
well.
buffaloes?
Yeah. Need those guys.
Bastards.
And then probably back to
International,
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
so it's pretty much a 7-day trip or a 14-day trip, depends on how many times you stay in, or how many nights you stay per stop. That's going to be quite cool.
Okay, let's go.
Cool.
I'm going to do a rolling because of travel. Okay, cross the up.
A little bit back on the stick. Yeah. A little bit pressure off the nose. And fuel flow is good.
Beautiful.
Airspeed's nice, 75. Let's fly out, level off at 1,000, and then we'll fly west around Swakopmund, and then we'll climb out north over the salt dam.
Okay, cool.
Much. Gonna keep going, and beta.
And this is Ongava, an hour and a half up from Swakopmund. I think more or less northeast, directly north-ish. And it's really hot, really dry, really hot, hotter than our first stop down in the south. And strange, after Swakopmund was cool, oceanic feeling. Really beautiful views as we took off over Swakopmund and then an hour and a half in some pretty decent chop coming up here. As the weather gets warmer, of course, you tend to experience more bumps. So it was to be expected. And now we've got one more big leg, hour and a half more over to Windhoek, the international airport of Windhoek, where I guess some of these passengers who've been out at a lodge here in this area are catching an international flight. So we'll stop there, let them off, and then a quick 10-minute hop over to Eros, back where we started. What a day, what an epic day of flying around Namibia. I can barely keep track of where we've been. So many legs now. This will be leg 4 coming up, and then the 5th right at the end, little hop. And let's see how much chop we encounter on the next one. And sharing the plane now with some other people, which is good and bad. It's nice to have a private plane, but also kind of nice to meet some people and see what they're doing, where they're from, where they're going. So let's do it. One last big leg on the Grand Caravan.
Welcome back to Windhoek.